And I think it's like a real key aspect to this, what we're talking about, of really being able to manifest and be successful and get into your life what you want, is find your flow. Like find what works for you. So what are some ways, Nikhil, I know that's something you've looked at a lot in the past, some ways that you've been able to do that and to be able to really move with at your pace or at your standard?
Sure. A crucial element is obviously developing a meditation practice.
Right. Yeah.
Because through meditation, obviously, you get in touch with yourself more. And meditation is not just 15 minutes or 20 minutes a day where you split the time apart. It's a constant process of mindfulness.
Right.
And when you're in that state, you can feel when you may be in more of a creative, productive, yang sort of a state, as opposed to a more introspective yin state where it may be time to just reflect and, you know, maybe read an inspirational book or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So it's really comes back to self-awareness again and and trusting that you know what's right for you.
Yeah.
I'm still challenged at times with that need to be doing something because I've got this a schedule of my week ahead.
Right.
But it's really, I believe, we're in this place where it's about honoring ourselves, and like Adrian, like you said, we are nature. We are part of this flow that's moving and in flux, and there's different seasons, which is not only in a macrocosmic scale, but in a microcosmic scale within your day and within your week.
For sure.
And it's just understanding that and embracing that, and just comes back to connection with self again.
Definitely. Yeah, but you're right. There's like a guilt around that though. Like working, there's a guilt around you're not being seen as being productive or like seen as being a good member of society if you choose to work that way, because it's not seen from the viewpoint that we've this socio-cultural economic system that we have set up of like this viewpoint of this is what you have to do. And it's not to say to go out and become a bum and not do anything. Like you still need to work your ass off and you still need to put the effort in, but it's doing so from a space that's much more in line with how you create and how you feel inspired. And for everyone that's different, it really is. And a key to each individual watching this is to find what works for you. I sort of realised today, and it's something I've sort of wanted to not admit to, but like I'm a slow learner when it comes to things. Like I'm not one of those people that picks up things well straight away and just do it. Like I take my time. Like it's not because I really want to. It's just the way I learn. Like I didn't start talking till I was like almost 3 years old, and just little things like that. Like I've always taken my time with things, whether it's with sport. But I know that when I get it, like I'm a motherfucker. Once I learn something, then it becomes ingrained in me, and I can really do that. And there may be people out there like me that learn like that and operate like that. And instead of in the past where I may have like just given up and thought, fuck it, I'm not getting it or whatever, or I need to go do something else. Just stick with it. And I think there's many different ways to learn, there's many different ways to manifest, but finding what's right for you is key to that. And I really feel like what you said there about meditation is an important aspect of that awareness, and be able to clear space for all the other elements of you and what you want to do to come in. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, no, and incredibly important. And look, we're at such a pivotal time right now. I believe we're being supported by universal energies to step into our power and to really, like you said, like it's really about finding your unique song.
Yeah, find your song.
It's finding your song.
Yeah,
we're all individual individual creations, which are part of nature and which is obviously part of the divine. And it's getting in tune with your own natural rhythm.
Sure.
And we're all unique. There's not one way to do things. There's an infinite myriad of ways to doing things. And that'll evolve as well as you evolve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's a very good point. It's not about like a final destination. It's more about the process. So it's doing the thing each day, each week, each year to process. Because there's never one point where you get to like, okay, cool, I've got to where I got to, and then now I can feel good about myself, or now I can like, celebrate or whatever. Celebrate each moment. Celebrate each day. Celebrate the process.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, I feel like that's where true intuitive, creative spark comes in, like divine spark, really.
That plays into what we were discussing earlier. When you're visualizing your version of success, it obviously has to be aligned with your soul's purpose, with your highest values, because that's what will bring you the most joy, the feeling of joy. And when you bring that into the moment, you've already achieved what you set out to do, which is to have that feeling.
Yes.
It's always been about the feeling.
Yeah.
And like you rightfully said, when you reach that level of success that you've determined in your mind, nothing is really going to change if you've been feeling the same joy the whole way.
Yeah.
If anything, you're going to want more.
Yeah.
And as you expand. So it's a really beautiful thing that we have everything that we could ever need or desire right now.
Sure.
Which is happiness, love, compassion, and acceptance, really.